Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another exciting video. As I'm sure you can already tell by the title, we are installing a brand new Tomei catback system on the STI. Now, many of you already know I do have the AWE Track Edition exhaust on the car right now. Why I'm changing exhausts is not because I'm unhappy with AWE. It's a great system. It sounds phenomenal. Arguably the best sounding exhaust system that you can get for your STI right now. But it has always been a dream of mine, a small dream, to have a Tomei system on one of my cars. All throughout the different builds that I've done, I've always wanted to get a Tomei system, but for whatever reason, I just took different directions with the builds and never got one of those systems. When I picked the STI up back in February of 2020, I did originally intend to get a Tomei system. Unfortunately, at that time, they were just sold out. No matter where I would check, I usually order parts from Subi Speed. This particular system, the Tomei system that we have right now, came from Subi Mods. But I just could not find a Tomei system available at that time. So I ended up taking a gamble. I went with AWE, and I mean, I can't complain about the system. It's phenomenal, but we're switching it up. I got the Dream exhaust. I want to see if I like the Tomei experience better. It sounds different because it's titanium. It's super lightweight. With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and get the AWE off the STI, install the new Tomei exhaust, and we'll see how she sounds. All right, here's the Tomei exhaust here. You can see this freaking tip, guys. It is massive. It's super light though, which is really surprising. Obviously, that's what you get with titanium exhausts. They are much lighter than the steel versions. I want to go over what you get with the Tomei catback exhaust here. They send you a nice package of your stickers. So you get stickers, you get a license plate frame, and then you can't see that because I don't have the package open, but there is a Tomei badge in there as well. Also, you have your installation guide, so if you scan that QR code with your phone, you see how to install the exhaust, so that's pretty sweet. Overall, the quality seems fantastic. The pie cut welds, I mean, just everything is absolutely flawless. And you can see here has a nice Tomei logo there. Overall, the fit and finish of this piece is really unlike any other piece that you can get on the market, in my opinion. I've had multiple exhausts. I've had Ultimate Racing. I've had NVIDIA, just to name a couple. So I do have some experience with different brands. So far, this seems to be the most high quality one I have ever purchased. Boring stuff in here, guys. I'm not going to go through the box. Just your typical gaskets, clamps. I'm assuming this goes around the muffler. I don't know for sure. I'll have to look at the instructions. But yeah, very nice kit that you get. Very well organized. The pieces look phenomenal. Super pumped to get this on the car. Update on the install progress. We have the AWE system completely removed from the vehicle. If you are installing exhaust on your STI, and I actually think it's the same for the WRX if I can remember correctly, but you'll need 13 millimeter, 14 millimeter, both socket and ratchet. AWE system completely off the car. Came off in one piece. I just did the 2 bolts near the catalytic converter. Took the whole system off. Super easy, not a big deal. I was surprised actually the bolts were not rusted that bad, so they came out pretty easy. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, continue with the install, get the Tomei ready to be installed on the car, and keep it moving. So the Tomei system installed on the car finally. It is the next day. It's a little chilly out in the garage, so we gotta take our time with this, but super pumped. It looks fantastic. It's night out, as you can see, so I don't know how much you're gonna be able to see it, but I'm gonna go ahead and start it up for the first time. The car has not been ran for the last day and a half, 2 days or so, so this is a true cold start. I have the exhaust completely bolted on and tightened up. It was actually pretty easy to install, not gonna lie. Fitment was fantastic, or is fantastic. It fits phenomenal. I didn't have any issues. All right, what'd you think of the first startup? I thought it sounded sick. I did crawl under the car just to take a look at everything while it was still running. I noticed a couple very, very small leaks. I'm gonna try to tighten those up. Deacceleration. There's some vibration going on that I don't quite care for, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that and see. I'm pretty sure I know where it's coming from, but I'm gonna get under there, tighten a couple of the clamps up, some of the bolts, tighten those up, and see if I can't fix where it's rattling. It's a heat shield rattle, typical heat shield rattle, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix that up, but it sounds so good. And totally different from the AWE exhaust, to be honest. Just a different tone. I wouldn't say it's as loud as the AWE. The AWE is very loud. This is just a whole different tone. It's obviously loud. It's Tomei, it's loud. But man, does it sound mean. Holy crap. So we're gonna go ahead, tighten up those couple those bolts down there, see if I can't figure out what's rattling. And yeah, I'll get some sound clips for you guys, but it sounds so sick. I'm pumped. All right, guys, we are on the floor. As you can see, there's the Tomei looking sick up there. But I do want to point out exactly where I had a couple issues. Well, I mean, not really issues, just where I needed to kind of do some readjusting. So I'm gonna crawl under here. All right, so here are the clamps that I had to readjust. There's one right there, and then there's another one way down there. But I really just had to reposition those and tighten them down, and it sounds fine now. So there's no more leaking. I did have, I'm gonna get down here. This right here, guys, up here, that's the heat shield that I'm referencing that I had issues with. So just in case you guys have the same issue, when I was giving a couple revs on deceleration, it was vibrating right there. Really loud, so it was really noticeable. But I went ahead and just bent some of the corners that were touching along the exhaust there, and that seems to have solved the issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her a couple revs for you. It is the next day. It got way too dark last night. I wasn't able to pull the car out and get a good idea of how the exhaust sounds. Now, I did drive it this morning to the gym, and I am not disappointed. The exhaust sounds so good. The Tomei system is awesome. No rattling, nothing. And honestly, I didn't really even notice any drone, which is pretty good. The AWE system does have a little bit of drone for sure. But compared to the Tomei, there is no drone whatsoever, so that's nice. It's not as loud, which is okay. Not a big deal. It sounds amazing though. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the car out, and we'll see how it sounds. That's the exhaust. It sounds absolutely amazing. I can't be happier with the way it sounds. Compared to the AWE, like I mentioned earlier, it's not as loud. Not that big of a deal though. It's still very loud. As far as fitment goes, it fit perfectly. I didn't have a lot of trouble with that. As far as fitment goes, the Tomei, I would say, does fit a little bit better than the AWE. Now, they're two completely different systems, obviously, one being single exit, one being dual exit. So there are differences, sure, but overall, fit and finish of the Tomei, I would say, is just a little bit better. Next step is getting the empty exhaust hole covered up, and I think that will make just the overall look and feel of the car a little bit better. It's going to look more complete. But yeah, can't be happier with the Tomei. It's been worth the wait for sure. I've wanted this system for quite some time, many years. Most of my builds, I've wanted the Tomei system on those builds, and for whatever reason, just took different routes with those builds. But yeah, it feels good to finally have the Tomei. Sounds amazing, and I can't wait to keep ripping. We do have a couple more mods in store for the STI, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you stick around. Make sure you give me a like, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.